Welcome back. I hope you are ready to tackle this next part of this lesson. In this lesson, we are going to be looking at the components that are part of the excretory system and the importance of each component. Here we have a diagram showing the structure of kidneys as well as the bladder and ureters and urethra. Okay? We now know that we are looking at the kidneys. What do the kidneys do? The kidneys produce urine, which is a combination of excess water and waste products. Okay, there we have our two kidneys, a left kidney and a right kidney. We then have ureters. These transport urine from the kidneys to the bladder. As you can see, they are tube-like structures leading from the two kidneys on either side. There, each kidney is connected to a ureter, and they all lead to the next organ, which is the bladder. There we have the bladder, which is a balloon-like structure that temporarily stores urine. The emphasis is on temporarily because you do not keep urine in your body for long, and it's also not good to sit with urine in your bladder for a long time. You are supposed to excrete it by going to the bathroom and release it as urine. You then have the urethra, which is a tube that connects the bladder to the outside and transports urine out of the body. There you have the urethra just below the bladder. Moving on, we will be looking at the main processes that are related to the excretory system. First process that we look at is called filtration. Here, the blood in the body passes through the kidneys as part of the circulatory system. The kidneys filter the blood to remove unwanted minerals and urea. In filtration, some water is removed so that the metabolic waste products can be excreted in solution in the liquid urine. So if we think about filtration, we can think of, or we can compare it to solid particles in a liquid being removed using a filter that allows the fluid to pass through but retains the solid particles. So the same with our kidneys. Basically, the excess water is removed. Also, waste products, metabolic waste products are excreted and they are passed down as urine. But before they are passed down as urine, there's another process that is involved, and there we have absorption. The blood is filtered by the kidneys. The substances that the body needs are reabsorbed back into the blood so that they are not lost in urine. There, if you want to remember the processes that are related also to the excretory system, you can think of the first one that we looked at, where you have maybe sandy water being filtered down a sieve. And then a second process, you can think of a sponge absorbing water. Here, the real idea or the main concept that is shared here is that the nutrients and whatever that the body needs is absorbed into the blood, and then whatever is not needed, like metabolic waste products, are removed so that they are passed down as urine. We also have the process of diffusion taking place here. Here, this is the movement of particles from an area of a high concentration to an area of a low concentration. So the substances are transported in and out of the specialized cells of the kidneys through the process of diffusion. Okay, and another example of diffusion, you can think of a concentrated solution in a dilute solution like water, and over some time, if you leave it to settle, the solution, the high concentrated solution, will move from a high concentration to a low concentration, like this example where you see the blue ink is mixed in water. After some time, it settles. There we see the movement of particles from a high concentration to a low concentration. And then lastly, we look at the process of excretion. Here, the kidneys funnel the liquid urine through the ureters. Remember, we said that the ureters are connected to the two kidneys, and they lead to the bladder, which is a sac-like structure that temporarily stores the urine. When the bladder has filled up, it uses muscles to force the urine out of the body through the urethra. And then next, we will be looking at health issues that are related to the excretory system. First health issue is a kidney failure. So what happens when you have a kidney failure? Here, your kidney loses the ability to filter and remove metabolic waste. Metabolic waste builds up in the body, and this can be fatal. So people who have kidney failures have an alternative. They can go for like kidney dialysis or renal dialysis, and here is a dialysis machine. What this machine does is that it helps to remove waste products and excess fluid from the blood when the kidney stops working properly. Next health issue that we look at is related to kidney stones. This happens when there is a low fluid intake, especially with water. So this happens if you are constantly drinking cold drink, juice, or any like carbonated drinks besides water. So it's important to drink water because they are going to help you with the process of excretion. So what happens here, you will have a concentration of salts and minerals in the kidney becoming too high. And then inside your kidney, you will have those small crystals forming. And these are what are referred to as the kidney stones. What usually happens here, you have people going in for surgery and they have the kidney stones removed. And this is usually depending on the size of the kidney stones. Then last health issue that we look at is bladder infection. This is common in women, less so in men. This is because you'll have bacteria entering the bladder, and this causes the infection, and it will result in the swelling. It results in swelling and pain when urinating. So here in this diagram, you have an example of a normal bladder and an inflamed bladder where this person has a bladder infection. You can see how it is inflamed there, how it is swollen in some parts. And this, what happens here is that when the person is urinating, they will experience pain when urinating. That is it from our lesson today. I hope that you have learned a lot. I will see you next time. Goodbye.